Brian and Harlan, what was it, Monday?
Yes.
Monday? They're Monday munchies. It was cottage cheese and some condiment. Was it ketchup or something? Oh, mustard.
Listen, and they took celery and dipped it in there, and they loved it.
Did they? For real? So now it's cottage cheese cookie dough.
Can we stop with the cottage cheese?
No. I'd say give it a try. So we're stepping into Ninja's kitchen because Ninja actually prepared cottage cheese cookie dough. I mean, it sounds kind of straightforward on how to make it, but how did you make it?
So it is a pound of cottage cheese.
A pound?
A pound.
Ugh. Okay.
Whoa.
Almond flour, a half a scoop of vanilla protein powder.
Oh, okay.
Vanilla flavoring.
Protein powder.
Or vanilla extract, that's the word.
And then the cookie dough?
Well, maple syrup and then the chocolate chips.
Okay, we're getting there.
So it's not actually cookie dough in it, but it's kind of the recipe of cookie dough, I guess.
You could bake this.
No, for real?
Probably, I would. So you've got your flour, which is your binding, right?
I should have tried to.
What else
This
did you
is
say?
a whole different language, the binding.
Well, actually, the cottage cheese might be the binding agent. Anyway.
It's to replace the egg so that you can eat it raw.
Yes, that is one thing, because so many people love cookie dough, raw cookie dough. I think it's nasty.
Okay.
Yeah. But
So,
who's trying it first?
Ninja try. Who else has it? Jake, do you have some?
LOL, no.
No.
He's like, I ain't
What
doing
about
it.
our intern Luke?
He don't got it either.
No?
I'm not brave enough.
I have a drink at
wimps.
the ready.
I've got some.
I wasn't offered.
Oh, for real? You want mine?
Here,
No, I'm
have
good.
mine.
Yeah, you got mine. It's okay.
I gotta edit.
Luke,
Yeah, you're a wimp.
I gotta
All
edit,
right,
sorry.
here we go.
You're going first.
I was name calling. I'm sorry. You're not
Look
supposed
at you.
to. What?
You weren't about to eat it. You were going to lick it. You were going to just...
No, here it goes. Actually, wow. This is good. Scott's not trying it either, but Scott is good, man.
Get that stuff away from me.
Good.
No.
For reals.
Anything cottage cheese.
So,
ugh.
Ninja, I know you made it, but what do you think?
I thought it was nasty.
Really? Am I the only one that likes this?
Oh, goodness.
I really like it.
I feel... Oh,
That's so good.
I feel like I have dirt on my tongue.
This is really good.
The only thing is the chocolate chip is saving me and my drink.
The dirt, I think, is probably the whey protein.
See, I think it's the texture. Oh.
This is really good. Ninja, thank you.
You're welcome.
Great.
You are lying.
Uh-oh. Somebody get a barf bag for Liz.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
It's Rob and Liz, his radio. There's this little thing called the pandemic. I don't want to belabor that or stick on that for a while. But I will say something had went away, and it's finally making a comeback, and the world is completely grateful that the snail races have returned. Evidently, Liz is really excited about this.
Can you imagine showing up to a snail race? Like, that would be an all-day event.
The distance in the race
Yes.
is 13 inches. And these snails race for 13 inches. It's a thing. People actually enjoy the snail races.
Snail races have been going on since the 1960s.
Oh, for real?
The
I had no idea.
1960s. So that means there's enough of an audience to show up at snail races that they've been going that long.
Well, this is a love of Scott's because there's that movie that Scott likes.
Turbo, yeah. I would go to this just to hope that one of the snails, would have that shell that kind of gets the light and you hear get a turbo snail.
I've never heard of the Turbo movie.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's about
Oh, it's
snails.
great.
It's from mid-2000s, maybe?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's cute.
Yes.
But I'm thinking they could have done it in the pandemic. You just put a little mask on a little snail. They'd have been
A
fine.
mask on a snail. Liz.
That'd have been fine.
Oh, come on.
We won.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
They just made it a reality. Once again, the snail races are back. How nice is that?
Is it going to be on ESPN?
That would would be something else, right?
Wouldn't it? I mean, it would have to be like a whole afternoon because it's going to take that long to watch these snails.
It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. Yeah, that was a thing. It's been around since the 60s. It took a small break, but it's made a comeback. This 13-inch racing course for snails.
I know why it's been around since the 60s.
Why?
It's the same race. They're just still waiting.
Oh, it's the same
to
race.
finish.
Okay, Susan's here at 800-447-7234. What's up, Susan?
I have a snail joke.
Okay, let's hear your snail joke.
What does a snail say when it's riding on a turtle's back?
Don't know. What's the snail say?
Whee!
That's great.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
Okay, very curious this morning about the side hustle that you know somebody is doing that's very successful at it, because a lot of people are doing those side hustles.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be successful as in you make it a lot of money, but it's something that you get to do and you have fun doing. I used to DJ weddings. That was my side hustle.
Well, you also dressed up too. I mean, Liz was like
Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus with clowns or something like that too.
Yeah, we
at one time.
We did clowns for a little while. And
Wait
I
a minute, the balloon stuff too?
No.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, balloon animals. I am so not artsy at all. So I didn't do that. But MC work, that kind of stuff. So and it was more than just about the money. It was in addition to your salary, of course. But
She likes to do it.
I like to DJ weddings because I like to lead dances and teach, and it's music and it's fun.
Oh, the electric slide stuff?
Listen.
Uh-huh. I can see Liz doing that.
And you still today, who cannot do the electric slide? You say that, and there's at least 5 or 6 people.
Me.
That's going to happen. I'm going to teach you the electric slide.
No, sorry. Listen, I don't dance because I can't dance.
You can do this. I think anybody can do
Not me.
this type of line dance.
No, not me.
Yes, you can.
Seriously, not me.
All right, this has got to be like a social post where I teach.
No,
Rob to
that's not happening.
He's like, nope, not doing it.
Not happening whatsoever. I'm sorry. But if you know somebody that's got this side hustle, they love doing it because they like doing it, maybe they're successful at it, we're really curious this morning at 800-447-7234.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
It is Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio, and we're talking side hustles.
Yeah, maybe you know somebody who's really good at their side hustle. Not necessarily, although maybe they're doing pretty good financially, but they do it because they want to do it and they're good at it. So Tony's here at 800-447-7234.
My wife is a 2-time breast cancer survivor and now a current heart patient. And she loves to cook. And when the pandemic started, she started cooking for senior citizens that couldn't get out. And she'd take dinners to them. And it kind of went from there to where people in the neighborhood said, look, I'll pay you to do it. So it's like her every Thursday thing is to cook dinners. She doesn't even make a profit. By the time she gets through with her time and everything, the fact that she, gives the food to the seniors for free, which she's a senior citizen herself, but she won't admit it.
Tony, how amazing it is that she, walking through the journey she's going through, has a heart to help other people. That's amazing.
And it's, I tell you, it's been a struggle for us. I lost my job at the first of the year and took about an $80,000 cut in pay. Mary just had another heart procedure about 4 weeks ago and had stents put in for the 3rd time. Trying to get our son into rehab, and he finally went off this past week. The next step is to get him into Teen Challenge.
Tony, you're not proud of her at all, are you?
I got to. I mean, I probably don't tell her enough, but I'm very proud of her and where she is. She works in a restaurant and fine dining here in Savannah, and whenever she's home during the day and I'm at work, she's babysitting our granddaughter, and I go home and relieve her so she can go to work, and I babysit. So
good for you. Tony, we love you. We're praying for you, your wife, and your son. I know you're going through a journey with them.
Thank you, Tony.
I appreciate it.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
Mentioning side hustles this morning. Some do it because they need the financial help.
Sure.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Takes a lot of time. I understand you're working really hard with your side hustle and what you do on a full-time basis. There are some who do it because they just like doing it.
Right. It adds to their life, and there is nothing wrong with that. In fact, if you have a passion, maybe that's a thing that you look at doing.
Now, Kathy said, I don't have one. My husband has one. Kathy, you're on his radio. What is it?
He's been in law enforcement most of his adult life, and he is now delivering organs for organ transplant.
No way. How in the world did he get involved in that?
Well, a friend of his that was also in law enforcement went into this business as a dispatcher, and he called him and said, I think you might be interested in this since you're starting to reduce your hours. And so my husband just absolutely loves it. He said, for so long, I don't know that what I did made a difference. And he said, this is definitely making a difference.
No
Giving
joke
somebody
there.
life.
Well, you know he was making a difference before, but yeah, it's just a different, kind of a difference now.
Yeah, you just don't get the thanks.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
So AI has a lot of people talking. Is it good? Is it bad? Somewhere in the middle. It's Rob and Liz in the morning, his radio.
So there's about 7,100 languages on this planet. 7,100, that's a lot. The Bible's been translated into 700 of those languages.
Wow, that's just such a small
That's
percentage.
like what? That's under 10%.
Yeah.
Under 10% of the languages on this planet have a Bible translation. That's crazy
awful.
to think. So there's a couple of guys, speaking of AI, there's a couple of guys that are working on, and I like what they call this, the Greek lab.
That's kind of cool.
Instead of the Geek Lab, it's the Greek Lab. And there's one guy who has long experience with natural language processing, another one that has knowledge of Bible translation. So they're getting together. They want to use AI to see if they can translate the Bible into at least another 500 of those languages. That's their goal right now. And they say that they're going to target very low resource languages, meaning there's not a lot of resources and a lot of things that are translated into their language because we don't know it that well.
Right, because there might be certain tribes that only that tribe or that village speaks that language and have never been able to read or hear anything like this.
I like their vision.
I do too.
That they want to get the Bible translated so that people can hear this amazing message of Christ.
And I'm sure, even though that's a smaller goal, 500, their ultimate goal is probably to reach
All of
every
them.
single person.
The rest of the planet.
But if you think about it, I can only think of I could probably name 10 or 15 languages. I don't know what any of these others would be.
Okay, 3 right now. 3.
English, Spanish, French, German, Mandarin.
That's more than 3.
But I'm saying.
She's still going.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
A lot of excitement around Savannah, Georgia right now because Clint Eastwood, big superstar, has been in town for the last couple of weeks and they're filming a new movie. It's called Juror Number 2. They are moving to Pooler, Georgia, still in that same area, obviously, but this coming week, they're looking for extras, and they're going to be filming this movie. So Clint is directing it, and he's also starring in it.
Of course.
I know.
He just did that with the last one. I saw another one that he was in. Good night. I can't remember the name of it.
I can't think of it either.
But he's in his 90s.
93
Oh,
or
I know what the plot was. The
4.
plot in this one was an agriculturist or something like that. Anyway, his place shut down and he had to run drugs
I remember
with an old
that.
Ford pickup truck.
And nobody expected or suspected a guy in his 90s doing that kind of thing. I saw part of that movie.
And he
yeah.
was estranged from his family, but at the end, his family came together.
Well, and I love it when they tie it up with a nice little bow like that.
Right? Yeah, that whole redemption, restorative thing
Yeah.
that happened in that movie, at least.
Yeah. Well, and this is not the first time that Clint Eastwood has come to Savannah and filmed a movie. He did Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil back in like the 90s, long time ago. So evidently he liked it. He came back. He's doing another one.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Sean Warner, he's an author, a bestseller, as a matter of fact. It's Rob and Lizz, his radio. Yet when he was at a bookstore, was it a Walmart?
I think it was a Walmart.
He was at a Walmart doing a book signing. And when he's there, nobody's coming up. He's got this table, these pile of books. He's going to sign, looking for his fan club. Nobody shows up. He's not a best-selling author at this point.
No, not while he's at the Walmarts. I'm going to tell you, it looks like they put him in the baby aisle, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There's diapers. There's diapers over his right shoulder.
There's formula.
There's like little girl outfits over his left shoulder. And it's not like he wrote a children's book or a baby book. Like this is more, it seems like a young adult, early 20s
kind of a novel.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so poor guy. But there was a TikToker that I guess was in the Walmart.
It sounds like a clock.
And-
Here's
right?
a TikToker
A TikTok-
walking around and then posts and said, "This guy, it's pitiful. Nobody's doing anything. He's just sitting here by himself. He's not getting." She posts it, and now he's a bestseller on Amazon.
Everybody's like, "Oh my goodness!" Now they didn't make it out to Walmart to get him to sign their book, but I bet if they asked real nice, he would.